But I believe and declare you're going to overcome obstacles that looked insurmountable, accomplish dreams that seemed impossible, and reach the fullness of your destiny.
And I think the other key element is having something we're fighting for.
Your dreams aren't going to come true on their own, so it's time to get to work. It's not going to be easy.
We're going to start up right now. We're going to start caring a little bit more. We're going to start understanding a little bit more. We're going to start loving a little bit more. Forget the hate, forget all the anger, forget the things that you can't control. It's time for you, me, and the rest of the world to come together. It's time to realize that life is good and you must stop taking it for granted. These things that has happened in our lives that hit us very hard. It knocked the wind out of us, but we got the chance right now to stand up together and push through it together. Sure, it's going to be tough. It's still going to be a lot of things that we have to endure and a lot of things that we have to overcome, but it's still a chance for us to be great as a people, great as a nation. Great as a human race. What do? We can't blame anybody. We are all guilty of something. We are all responsible for what has happened in this world today.
From 2010 to 2013 alone, Quest grew by 57,000% in manufacturing. We were engineering and making our own equipment. We were making the bars. I was wearing a hairnet and a lab coat every day, and my employees were former gang members, ex-drug dealers, felons. We were in Compton, and we literally told everybody in the neighborhood, I don't care if you've been convicted of a crime. I just want to know if you're willing to bust your ass to change your life. And if you are, you're going to get an interview. And I'm not going to ask for your resume. I don't care about your resume. Your resume tells me where you've been. It doesn't tell me the price you're willing to pay to become somebody new. And that's how we were able to grow so fast, because we weren't focused on the money. The kids on the street that were coming in and working for us, they weren't focused on the money. One of the kids, his sister was shot to death in the heart with an AK-47. She bled to death on his front lawn. Another guy, his stepfather, was shot in the head and died in his arms.
Put people in your life for a reason. Others are there for a season. And it's very important that you recognize when people's seasons are over. Put people in your life for a reason. Other people are there for a season. Is the season over? Or have you decided, because you're desperate, because you just need validation, you need all of these people and things around you, you've decided to drag these random people into the new season of your life? You have a boat. Your boat is at its capacity. In order for your boat to not sink and go underwater.
Okay, that's growing up hard. Now imagine you tell that person, I don't give a shit if you're a born entrepreneur. I don't care if you've been to jail. I don't care if you dropped out of high school. What do you want to become? And what price are you willing to pay to get there? You give that person hope that their life up to that point isn't a death sentence, that they can become anyone they want to become, and everything changes. You think those guys were leaving at 2 a.m. on a Friday when we had a deadline to hit? Hell no. One kid came up to me and said, you believe in my success more than my own mother. That person will die for you. And when all you're asking them to do is make a protein bar, you're doing all right. And so we were able to move so fast. And in moving that fast, in growing our revenues as much as we did, because we were thinking about the customer, make sure the product was amazing, that it delivered results. We got to number 2 on the Inc. 5000. You can't imagine how perfect that number is for me. Just enough to be amazing and just far enough from first to piss me off.
And that could be your career, that could be your life, that could be your personal life, your relationships. Is that relationship over? Do you feel mentally, spiritually, and emotionally stimulated in that relationship? Are you just holding on to it because you got this concept of loyalty that you have overused and overabused? Well, I've learned that loyalty has an expiration date. Loyalty isn't some open-ended thing that just goes on forever, because technically some people just don't really make sense for your life and the new season, the mind and the space that you're in. Think about this. This is a reminder that loyalty has an expiration date. You ever been in a relationship with some folks.
I want you to dig, I want you to feel it, I want you to struggle, I want you to hurt, I want you to lead, I want you to fight. Because this is that time to show the world and show up and show up. And most importantly, do your job and do that business. Remember the time when you wanted more, the time when there were people in your life that did not believe in you. Remember the time when you honestly gave up on the possibilities of the uniqueness that you had inside. Remember, there was a time that you complained so much, but that did so little. There comes to a point in your life that you must recognize that there's a little bit more.
Having a mission. I think we're all forces, and that force needs to have an effect, needs to have a reason that it's moving in a certain direction. And I think with all of our needs and all of our needs met, where we don't have to hunt for food, we don't have to acquire everything, everything's relatively easy, and it's all about advancement and all this. We've lost a lot of the basic mission, which was the mission to survive and procreate, and we haven't replaced it with any other universal mission, which is, I think, one of the big allures of these things like wars and these things like creating an enemy. Well, at least then you have a mission. And when you have a mission, human beings are happy. Bertrand Russell talked about, he did the book Conquest of Happiness. But anyways, he talked about the happiest person he knew.
Great things never get dropped in your lap, and they never start from comfort zones. If you want to be something you've never been, you need to do something you've never done. Scary, right? Wrong. You know what's really scary? Being trapped in a perpetual cycle of unhappiness. Looking at yourself in the mirror each day and not liking the reflection you see staring back at you. Don't live your life like that. At any time, you can change your circumstances and you can change your life. You have the power to do anything you want to do. You just need to be willing to do things differently than you've done before. You need to be willing to take risks. You need to be daring. If you're willing to step out of your safe zone, if you're willing to stand at the edge of the cliff and jump, if you're willing to do what you've never done, you'll give yourself the power to become what you've never been.
When the time comes, you can kick down that door and move towards the possibilities of being the best of who you really are. Don't lose yourself and the things that's not going to give you the strength and the capacity of understanding that you matter for something. Don't lose yourself in fear. Don't lose yourself in doubt. Dare yourself to be better. Dare yourself to be unique. Dare yourself to be the best possibility that the world has yet to see. Life, how beautiful it is. How amazing it is to be able to rise up in the morning and have that sunshine on your face rather than on your grave. What makes life so unique and so beautiful.
The happiest person he could find was a groundskeeper on a manor who every day woke up and was at war with the rabbits of the grounds. And he would go out with his gun and he would hunt as many as possible, and he'd go morning till night, and he would kill as many rabbits as he could, because the rabbits were the ones eating the hedges and the flowers and whatever. So he basically made the rabbits his enemy and struck out every single day to kill as many rabbits as possible.
He had a task.
He had a purpose. He had a mission. My mission is to destroy the rabbits.
I used to have a dog like that.
Yeah.
I had the happiest dog ever. His name was Frank Sinatra. And he was a pit bull that all he lived for was killing lizards. And my house, my old house, not the house I'm in now, but my old house had this one, it's like on a hill, and there's this one wall where these lizards would run up the wall.
Will it be easy? Probably not. But if you want to change your life, you'll need to do what's right, not what's easy. Too many people choose the easy road even when they know it's not the right road. Take the path less traveled. Real greatness isn't determined by some birthright or fate. Real greatness is determined by what you do with the hand that you're dealt. The true secret of success is to accept the truth that the only path is the path of hard work and productivity. You'll get where you want to go and achieve your goals if you follow 4 simple rules. Show up, work hard, don't quit, and ask some questions along the way. Do you want to coast through life without fulfilling the potential that lives within you? Do you really want to wake up one day and realize that all of the dreams you have had have passed you by?
Just complaining about it, have to realize that you don't have any other opportunities waiting for you. If you're not willing to work for the first opportunity that's been given to you, you don't have a lot of time left, so there's no reason to complain. You're not even in a position to complain. You have to figure out that there has to be another idea about you, and you have to understand that there has to be something even greater and more challenging waiting for you. And if you're not willing to step outside of your comfort zone, if you're not willing to understand the principles and the possibilities that you have within yourself, then everything that you are thriving for, everything that you are hungry for, will soon come to an end.